Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the Golden Globes because somebody has to.
Well, no, they're all talking about it. Just not in a positive way, yes.
How bad it was.
And how they think they're rigged and all this other stuff, which we've been telling you.
Yeah, so the Golden Globes, they were untelevised this year. It makes a lot of sense because I forgot it was even a thing. I forgot it was even going to happen. Last time I even cared about the Golden Globes, it was just because Ricky Gervais was the MC, and he was hilarious.
Oh my god, is that when he told everybody, to get over themselves?
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, and they had to bleep a lot out. And that, for me, seems like that was the coda for the Golden Globes, right? But no, the show must go on, even if people don't want to watch it. And I think people are just tired of Hollywood.
Well, they didn't, because of what, COVID, they didn't have it like a big thing they usually do anyway.
Well, yeah, the last couple of award shows they've tried doing during the pandemic, people were just completely tuned out. They don't care.
Well, I don't think they cared, but honestly, I think that was going down before the pandemic happened. People are just so tired of Hollywood,
Yeah.
I'd say fist bumping each other, but it's more like fisting each other,
Fisting each other?
Pretty much.
Hollywood fisting itself. People are tired of watching Hollywood elites fist themselves. So if they have an award show, they don't air it on TV, so you don't have to watch them fist themselves.
It's a joke. All of it is. It's so. I mean, the fact that they televise award ceremonies, even the Academy Awards, where they vote on it by themselves to vote each other up to see who gets an award, and everybody's supposed to sit in awe and revel in their glory, when they're just overpaid actors. Just blows my mind. You know what I mean? It's and everybody's supposed to fall over it and be like, oh my God, it's so important.
Then Ricky Gervais calls them out and everybody loses their shit. So I think his duties as the MC, the host of the Golden Globes, I think that was the coda for this. And I do expect other awards shows to kind of get hidden behind the curtain once again, because it used to be a lot of times they would do awards annually and normies wouldn't even know about it. Now the Oscars, they always do a big thing for
right,
it.
because it's them voting for themselves. You know what I mean? That's just it. It's they don't let the people decide. It's, you can watch us kiss each other's asses and elevate ourselves. And it's who cares? It's
kind of like the pep rallies used to be at school. I remember it was all the cheerleaders and the football players.
Yes,
they're all
everybody cheer spirit.
Skits for themselves and give themselves awards. And I was like, I don't give a shit.
Well, it's funny to us because we always joke about the comic book awards. You always say, well, I don't know what the Harveys are called now. I forget they changed it. But it was the Harveys at the time, which was kind of like the Golden Globes. And they had the Eisners, which was kind of like the Academy Awards. And I can tell you straight up, that stuff was always questionable because you were allowed to vote on the Harveys if you were a professional or you worked in comics, and they would send out publishing companies you worked for, there's suggestions of who you should vote for.
They stuff the ballots.
Stuff
the ballots.
And then Eisner's, even I'd say too, it's the ones that always win for especially comics Digital Comic or whatever are ones who happen to be part of a publishing group. Not always, but often.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the indie person? You get it occasionally. You do. And back when it started, you did. Yeah. But even more and more now, it's whoever got a deal recently with a publishing company is the one who got the best, digital comic.
Yeah. It became a marketing tool.
So are these.
Yeah, it's a marketing tool. It's basically they want that little logo to throw on the Blu-ray case or box or whatever, or the people working on these films want that credit so they can say, hey, I won an Academy Award, let me direct Eternals. For you. That's kind of... It's
kind of like the casting couch, except in this case, you just pay the judges a lot of money to take them and wine them and dine them to vote your way.
So we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, over 251,000 subs. Almost 252,000. Thank you so much for the support. We do talk about Hollywood. We talk about just armchair opinions on pop culture. And these award shows are a joke. I can't remember the last time I actually watched any kind of award show unironically. I watched Ricky Gervais just to watch him tear down these celebrities, but... and a lot of people, they thought it was funny. In fact, if you talk to a lot of people in Hollywood, they understand that their industry is kind of a joke too. But there are some people that they can't take a joke. I mean, if you look at Tom Hanks' face, he can't take a joke.
All these people are so puffed up and so, so reveling in their own self-importance that it's just ridiculous. Meanwhile, things in the real world are happening. And some of these celebrities do a lot of good. They go out and try. I'm not talking about people who actually, have their heads, on their shoulders and are out there trying to do good. I'm talking about these people that are just so far up their own asses. They're wearing themselves a hat. It's just ridiculous.
So let's talk about this. Not televised Globes went ahead on Twitter.
They did it on Twitter?
On Twitter.
Wait,
yes.
I didn't even know. Wait, it was on Twitter.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I
went to Twitter because that's the only place I thought people would care.
Look at this. The Independent. One comment. One comment. Nobody even gives a shit. We're going to talk about
That's where their people are. Twitter.
Golden Globes will sadly survive the train wreck of 2022.
What a bummer that wasn't the day Twitter went down. All the blue checks couldn't post.
New York Post, screw the irrelevant Golden Globe Awards and their boring winners. Ricky Gervais is somewhere laughing. Award show hubris meant that despite controversy, condemnation, and a live event being dropped by U.S. broadcasters, the Globes went ahead on Twitter. It was an unsurprising disaster and should mark the fatal blow for the annual ceremony. Nah, it's not going anywhere. Golden Globes probably shouldn't happen again in the future, but they definitely should have happened last night. This is 2 days ago. Rather than take a year off amid controversies over the whiteness of its elite membership.
Yeah, they came under fire for that before, yeah.
And its existence as an allegedly corrupt institution loathed by Hollywood publicists and the stars they represent, it persevered with the ceremony held over Twitter. It was, to little surprise, an unmitigated disaster.
On Twitter, no, couldn't be.
Over 2 hours on Sunday night. God, see, I had better things to do. I wasn't even paying attention. Over 2 hours on Sunday night, the official Globe's Twitter account inanely tweeted the winners of its various categories. The tweets, which read like a 65-year-old social media manager's idea of conversational tweeting, largely forgot to name the actual projects being awarded and tended to instead go something like this. They may be in movies made for the small screen, but these leading ladies are big stars. Congratulations to Kate Winslet for your Golden Globe. For what? There were bizarre proclamations. It takes 43 muscles to smile.
Thanks for the workout, Andrew Gervais. Yeah, that's okay.
What? And tweets hastily deleted after inspiring confusion. If laughter is the best medicine, West Side Story.
Oh my God. So they're basically saying, watch West Side Story because it'll make you laugh your ass off. It's Romeo and Juliet. People die like crazy.
For the wrong reasons. It was unintentionally funny. The Globes are being routinely roasted across Twitter this morning.
I don't even pay attention because I don't even pay attention on Twitter half the time.
It's also embarrassing, a slow death spiral you couldn't look away from. It remains unclear why the Globes were so intent on pressing ahead.
Did the Twitter stock go down further after this?
I forgot Twitter has stock. Yeah, I have Twitter stock. When the hell did I buy Twitter stock? Like,
I have no idea.
5 years ago.
I'm just like, did it drop their stock? Because they thought, oh, this is such a great idea.
So NBC said they're not going to air it anymore. A raft of celebrities publicly lambasted the Hollywood Foreign Press Association that makes up Globe's voters, with Tom Cruise going so far as to hand back the awards they've given him over the years. Virtue signaling. Mm-hmm. Still, award show hubris overpowered all of it, seems perhaps because the alternative, realizing these awards never really mattered, and certainly don't now, is far too grave for those in charge.
Well, neither do the Academy Awards, contrary to what they'll tell you. It's basically themselves voting each other who is best actor, actress. I mean, and telling everybody, patting each other back, saying they're great. Or like, that's what all that is. I don't think that matters either.
Yeah. Twitter accounts such as discussing film and film updates have also been stark. The latter go viral. The former are jeered at and mocked for being cringeworthy and regressive. Brings to mind an important point. If teenagers on Twitter are poking fun at you, it's probably time to pack your bags and call it a day. They're not teenagers. They're like 20-somethings, 30-somethings.
But they'll tell you that they're underage and autistic.
They'll tell you they're underage and autistic. Yeah, teenagers, that right there, you want to talk about a boomer moment, like you said about the boomer social media manager. You want to talk about a boomer moment there, dude. Hate to break it to you. Actual teenagers don't use Twitter.
Some of them do, but not in the numbers they were thinking. They hang out other places.
Yeah. I love this. Screw the irrelevant Golden Globe Awards and their boring winners. It was a pretty boring year, wasn't it?
I don't even know. I just think pretentious is about right.
Blah. Everybody hates this. This is great.
I just think it's funny. They're all like, losing their shit. It's glorious. And then they're pointing out, oh, guess what? I saw articles and they're like, guess what? Some of them might be rigged because there's been, it's been questionable for years where people that shouldn't have won or just showed up and they weren't very good suddenly got an award. And it turned out later they found out that, their team flew them out somewhere and paid them, wined and dined them for 2 or 3 days and they happened to win. This has been going on for years. We've been telling you this.
For your consideration, we're going to fly you someplace on a private jet. We're going to wine and dine you, and we will provide you with companionship that may or may not be of legal age. Yeah. What? He's your friend. Anyway, Anyway, yeah, so they drew very low ratings when they had Tina Fey and Amy Poehler on. Nobody gave a shit. They did it on Twitter, and fewer people give a shit.
On
of
Twitter!
All the places, this is the thing, of all the places, if you were going to do this and you want people to actually watch it, YouTube or TikTok. God, TikTok.
But they could have done little segments, like here's the winner. They could have even done something where they talk to them for a few seconds or whatever. They could have done YouTube. They could have done TikTok, Instagram, different places like that. Hell, even Facebook video. But like, Twitter. If Hollywood didn't already know that Twitter's not not where their audience is, this ought to teach them really good, real fast.
I give up. There's nothing you can say to Hollywood.
Great idea this was. I know. We'll do it anyway, and no one will host us. That's okay. We'll show them. We'll go to Twitter.
That just shows you what a warped perception Hollywood has of Twitter. Like, they actually think Twitter matters. And they actually think Twitter is full of teenagers. No.
But what? They actually think teenagers care about who wins Golden Globes. I'm just like, we can go further.
Oh my God. Just disaster. All right, so we're going to wrap this one up.
Yes, this was funny to me.
All right, R.I.P. Golden Globes. You will not be missed. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.